Hi, this is Jenny. I'm going to go through a layout I did for a My Mind's Eye Groundhog Day challenge. Um, Mostly about the movie. I'm going to use a photograph of my daughter doing homework, which is a fight for us every evening. So I'm just going through some of the My Mind's Eye collections, the last year's one, which is the Love Me collection, and the one this year, the Lucky in Love. Not because it's a Valentine's layout, obviously, but because I like the colors, that teal and the pink and gray. Thought I might use this jar stamp on some vellum and emboss it, so I'm just setting out everything I think I might use. I bought this vellum adhesive, really excited about it because it's not supposed to show through the vellum, and I'm actually kind of disappointed with the way it worked out. It didn't really show through, but it was very hard to come off the runner and it stuck really well. So I'm not completely convinced that I'm really going to like that. At that point I had already I had already had the piece that I wanted, and I really couldn't afford to get another piece of vellum. So I'm just clearing everything off and getting ready. I had decided I wanted to glitter these arrows and have them sort of going in a recycle motion for the theme of Groundhog Day and redoing the same thing every day. But because they were out of a thicker craft and not chipboard or not wood, they did not take the glitter well, and so I abandoned that idea. But I did emboss this jar on the vellum with just a white embossing powder, and thought it would be really neat to have it sort of saying filled with joy, or the filled with love stamp that goes with it, because obviously she's not filled with joy for doing homework. So I'm just gonna just emboss that real quickly with some just plain white embossing powder. I got some of it on there, so I'm gonna brush it off in a minute. And my heat gun is behind me, so you're not going to see it heat up. And there, I'm brushing it off. Then I decide to cut it out, and I'm going to use that on the layout, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in fast forward so you can see the rest of everything a little bit faster, and I will come back towards the end of the video. Okay, I'm back here, and I've just about got the layout completely finished. I had wanted to have sort of it tapering down from the top to the bottom, getting smaller obviously at the bottom with less and less embellishments, and wanted to finish it off with a bunch of mists and enamel dots and things like that at the bottom. So I'm just trying to spray all of that on there now, and I used a piece of glitter tape at the top, and I punched out using the Swiss cheese punch and saved all the little punches, and decided I was going to put those down at the bottom with the splatters of mist. And I really thought it was going to be a lot more tedious than it is. It was actually not too hard to get the little backing off of that glitter tape to use that way, and that was almost easier and obviously less dry time than using stickles or something. So I kind of fussed with that for a little bit and decided to keep adding more and more. And finally, just adding some more enamel dots. I love those things. I love the colors they come in. They're such beautiful, amazing colors. And obviously it's in the same sort of teal gray family. Not sure if I have any pink left. And I'm just adding a couple little pieces of chipboard here and there. I'm going to use the Studio Calico date stamp and stamp it at the bottom with a gray stamp ink. And then I decided to add some stickles for more bling on top of that little arrow that I had inked, and then I decided that maybe you could have enough sparkles as it is. So here are the close-ups. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks. Bye.